Alright, so I said I'd post some videos. So I'm actually waiting on my driver trainer to show up. So I'm sitting in the car. I figured I'd tell my experience about how I got into basically trucking. I'm very, very new, so I can only tell you about the schooling part as of right now. I basically had the idea to be a trucker some years ago. I always thought it'd be a cool job to do, drive on the road, get paid for it, not have a boss up your butt all the time. What a concept, right? That exists? Whew. Uh, but anyways, uh, recently moved and needed to find a good job, so started searching online, and all I could find was truck driving jobs. So that's where that kind of played in. I was like, well, maybe it's time to really pursue it and give it a whirl. I didn't have a whole lot of money, since I didn't have a job, and also I wanted to find a company that could give me sponsored training. Ended up finding a couple of good companies, but there was one that my brother-in-law's friend had driven for, got his license through that company, and he's actually driving now. That was a few years ago, really. And so I said, well, if it works for him, it should work for me. So I ended up going through USA, was looking through them, and they go through a different company called Driver Solutions, and I pretty much applied to Driver Solutions. They gave me a number to call and a time I could pick from to call, and so I called them, and that was pretty much a really cool thing because it enabled me to set up a scheduled time to go start my training. I didn't have to wait for them to review my application or all that stuff. Now, they usually give you a couple weeks before you go out, and during that couple of weeks, they're already starting your paperwork. They're checking your background. They're checking your driver's history. Pretty accelerated. I was impressed. So, a couple of weeks after I did my initial call, the company I was scheduled to go with changed their hiring area, and so they had another company called PAM Transport that I ended up getting an offer from, and I went through them. Both of these companies are good entry-level companies, good way to get your foot out in the door, get experience so you can move on to bigger and better things. That's good that they offer that. Some companies want, a year or 2 years experience, to even get on with them. So anyways, I ended up going to C1 Trucking School in Springfield, Missouri. Really great school, very small school, and went through the wintertime. If you go in a truck driving school in the wintertime in the north, be prepared for some snow. We actually had a couple of snow days where we had to shut down the school, and of course, that really messed up training and testing. So if you're looking to go to truck driving school, just be prepared that in the wintertime you will encounter snow. And of course with that you'll be out longer than the school says you will be. So this school was a 3-week accelerated program. The company paid for my tuition to go there in return for driving for them for a year. So all I had to have out of pocket was food for money. The hotel accommodations, there was one roommate, very basic stuff, no kitchen. All you had to cook with was a microwave, and so just be prepared for that. You have to pay for all your food, and they do send transportation from the hotel back over to the school. So I think they even do like Walmart runs and stuff like that if you need to go somewhere and you don't have a car. So your first week is basically in the classroom. Your first 2 days is preparing for your written exam. Your third day is your written exam day. You'll get your temporary license, and then usually that Friday you get out there and start doing a little yard maneuver training. Second week is all about yard maneuvers in the morning and doing on the road driving in the afternoon. School is basically an 8-hour day, 7 to 4 with a hour break for lunch. So it's an accelerated program, so they want you there as much as possible. Your yard maneuvers for your second week is very, very important. Learn your maneuvers. Learn your pre-trip when you're not doing maneuvers. Study. Practice. That's the only way to do it. There's people that's been there. When I was there in my second week, a week or 2 or sometimes even 3 weeks longer than I had been there, and they're failing their maneuvers tested, and it's holding them back. You get 3 weeks, but you do have time to, they want you to get your CDL. So if you fail, they'll try and get you in. Seniority normally rules with the testing spots, but just keep in mind that your maneuvers is what's going to make you pass or fail. It could keep you there an extra week, so study. So then your third week, you should be doing some refreshers from all the stuff you've learned with your maneuvers, and just doing some final road test preparations. Testing spots are hard to come by in that area. You need to be on your game, know your stuff before you go out. If not, it'll keep you back another week. It could keep you back another 2 weeks. Practice. So anyways, I ended up having some snow days and stuff that we had to make up, but the very first day of my fourth week, I got a test spot. Had no idea that I was selected for it, and anyways, they thought I was ready. I felt I was ready and went out and passed on my first time. So after I did that, I went and got my copy of my CDL license, and it was a temporary license, but I will say if you're out of state, be prepared to, one, pay for your transfer of your license. Again, that's going to be a full, I think here it was like $68, and then I paid $28 to get my temporary, so it was more than I expected to pay, but $80, $90 I think total compared to just $70. And also probably may have to take your hazmat test again if you do take it out of state. You'll probably have to take it for your own state again. But anyways, let's see. That's where I'm at. Pretty much just waited almost 2 weeks to get a driver, but that was on my own accord. So waiting for him to get back, and so I can start this thing, and I'll keep some more videos coming. Subscribe, comment, whatever you want to do. If you have any questions, I'll try and get back to you. So sorry it's so short, but peace out, and happy trucking.